this cloudward I vows to render.
You're on Mars.
He once sent me a note saying, you know, why are you having a go at me just because I've made a comment of one of my hundreds of girlfriends? He's very modest about that, you know what I mean? Listen, what I was going to tell you was, this is really fascinating, right?
Right, okay.
Now, you have a little bit of understanding about Scotland, okay?
Well, I'm from Scotland.
Yeah, okay. Now, where is Mull?
Mull is an island.
Right, okay.
Off the west coast of Scotland.
Right, I have found something incredibly fascinating
I went there
about...
once and it was shut.
I should think it was, yeah. Incredibly fascinating about Mull, which scientists are now going to start exploring. You'll find this in headlines in the new year, because I've discovered it from a scientific journal of mine, okay?
Yeah.
Mull, it looks like Mull could have been a... This is an incredible story.
Right.
Mull could have been a cast-off piece of the moon.
What?
Mull.
Rubbish.
It could.
What do you mean it could have been from the moon?
Right. Here we go. it could, honestly. Mull.
Where have you read this? The Beano?
No, you idiot. In one of my scientific journals, okay?
Yeah, sure.
A team of top scientists have concluded...
Where from?
From scientific...
A nearby asylum.
You idiot. From scientific institutions. Here are researchers from the James Hutton Institute in Aberdeen.
Oh, right.
The Granite City.
I've never heard of it.
Analysed 1,500 samples of soil.
Right.
Compared them with those sampled by NASA's Mars rover vehicle. Mars rover, the one on Mars.
The moon.
No, it's called the Mars rover Curiosity, but actually came from the moon. No, it did. Oh,
Well,
no, wait a minute.
the
Sorry,
moon
you're right.
rover.
It's Mars. Sorry.
I was going to say.
Sorry, it's Mars. It's
The moon.
Mars.
You
It's
don't
Mars.
want to make that mistake again, do you?
Right, sorry.
Fly me to the... Oh, no,
Yeah,
we're going
no.
the wrong way.
They think that Mull is not like an island that's broken off from the rest of the Great Britain coastline.
Why?
They think it might
It's
have...
in the Hebrides.
Yeah, but
It's surrounded by islands. They're all the same.
they think it might have got here from the moon. They think it might have broken off the moon.
Have they been drinking, these guys?
No. Right, listen to this, right?
Go on.
So these scientists, right, compared the soil samples from Mull with those sampled by NASA's Mars rover, which was called Curiosity. Did you know that?
Curiosity Killed a Cat was the name of a band.
Yeah, Curiosity was the name of the vehicle that
Really?
got to Mars and came back.
Well, it's just curious it hasn't been on the moon.
They found a strikingly similar match in the soils of Mull
Really?
and Skye
And Sky.
with Mars.
So it could be Sky as well.
Could be Mars. Could be Skye as well. This
Because
meant
when you mentioned the moon at first, I was concerned because there's no soil on the moon. It's just a rock, isn't it?
No.
There's no soil.
There's dust. There's dust.
That's not soil.
And, well, they've got particles from the moon. Right, now then.
They got moon rock, but there's no soil.
This meant the soils on Mull and Skye could perhaps be used as a way to better understand conditions on Mars, because it might actually be from Mars, okay? Benjamin...
I could tell them to curtail their search now. It's a load of rubbish.
No.
Don't bother.
Benjamin Butler... who is he's from the Institute. He's from the James Hutton Institute.
Why have I got a picture of all those blokes on a boat from the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest suddenly coming into my brain?
If you don't want to make an intelligent observation of the story, just shut your mouth.
Okay then.
So that our millions of listeners
just curious.
can. Benjamin Butler from the Institute
Right, Benjamin
said the X-ray diffractometer on the Mars rover.
He sounds like the bloke from Back to the Future. What's it called? Diffractometer.
Yeah. No, Benjamin
What about the
Butler
flux capacitor?
from the Institute said the X-ray diffractometer on the rover, the Mars rover vehicle called Curiosity,
the rover's return,
had provided detail about minerals in the Martian soil, which are crucial to understanding the planet's history.
Great. Do they make whiskey up there as well? Because Mull's famous for its whiskey. Right?
No. This is a direct quote from a scientist.
From Benji.
It says, it has become really obvious the environment altered with the use of water a very long time ago.
Oh, great. He's got a lot of info, this bloke Benji, hasn't he?
He estimates it could have been there from Mars for 3 billion years.
Really?
Yeah, 3 billion. That's a long time ago, though.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if anybody can measure 3 billion years ago soil-wise.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, you can.
Have you ever been to Skye, by the way?
Over the sea
for God's sake.
to
I made a mistake. I didn't mean to give you another song title.
Right, he says this results in the formation of really complicated clay minerals which reflect the conditions of the water. They can be used as indicators for whether or not the conditions on Skye and Mull are similar to the Martian environment.
Well, they're not, are they?
Yes, they are.
Well, why would only 2 of the islands in that part of Scotland be like Mars when all the others are not?
If you can get your head around it, Mars is bigger than the Earth. So flicks of dust off Mars, the size of the islands of Mull and Skye...
So you reckon there's a flick off Mars that's the size of Mull?
Could have passed through the universe...
What a load of rubbish.
...and ended up...
The islands off the coast of Britain are made up of what used to be Britain. In the same way that Britain is made up...
I've just told you, scientists have found out that they're not similar to the rest of the coastline of Scotland and Great Britain.
I don't agree. The whole point about the islands in the Outer Hebrides and the Inner Hebrides is that they're part of what used to be Scotland, in the same way that Europe used to have Britain attached to it, and not anymore.
Long time ago, and there was an ice bridge
anyway. Longer ago than 3 billion years?
An ice bridge. There was a mile-deep ice shelf between... France and Britain.
Right. Well, now there's a bridge between Skye and the mainland.
The conditions
by the way.
on Mull can be used as indicators for whether the Martian environment was ever habitable for microbial life. Microbial life. Okay. Now he says it's a reasonable bet. Yeah. It's a reasonable bet that whatever went on 3 billion years ago on a very wet Mars planet.
Yes.
Continues to go on in an analogous form.
Analogous?
Yeah, analogous form on the wet Hebridean Islands.
Really?
And by identifying these sites, we hopefully can give a better idea to the scientists at NASA of what these minerals are. It's all brilliant stuff. Brilliant.
All I can say to that is, I hope you make it to the new year, and I would stop reading that journal immediately. Merry Christmas to you, Porky.
Merry Christmas.
I'll be seeing you on the night of your birthday. Coming up soon.
You might be seeing me on the night before my birthday, actually, because it's the 28th.
Well, that is the night of your birthday. That's the short form.
It'll be the early morning of my birthday.
Indeed it will.
Okay.
We are the two mics. This is talkSPORT.
Do we want to say a very happy Christmas to our listeners as we leave them now?
If you wish.
Very happy Christmas. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on Christmas Day, and have a great rest of the festive season.
Thou risest cloud